The Washington Commanders and Adam Peters had an unbelievable day 3 of NFL free agency, and what I wanted to do in this video is just give you guys a quick recap of Eddie Goldman, Diatric Wise, and Jonathan Jones, the three brand new Washington Commanders players, who they are, what they add, and why they're going to be decent pickups for you guys next season. Let's just get right into it. The Washington Commanders have just added a nice little nose tackle here in veteran Eddie Goldman, as you see him here taking down Saquon Barkley this season. This is a guy I really do like for the Washington Commanders for a couple of different reasons. One, he plays more of a zero technique, and I think he can really help mentor a guy like Jerzon Newton. And obviously, when you look at the Commanders from last season, they struggled in one specific area. But in this video, we're going to break down not only what that area is, but more importantly, why Eddie Goldman is going to be a big-time pickup, even though he's old, 31 years old, 6'4", 332 pounds. I'm going to break down why I absolutely love this for the Commanders, and again, it's only a 1-year deal. Alright, so obviously the main concern with this Commanders team from last season was they ranked 31st, basically dead last when it came to yards allowed per carry. They just weren't very good at stopping the running game. Eddie Goldman is a guy that's been elite in his career at stopping the run, although he's coming off an okay year stopping the run. I believe he had 6 run stuffs. About 6 run stuffs this year. Not bad. Also had 7 hurries to the quarterback, 10 total pressures, and a sack right here you see on Sam Darnold in the Minnesota Vikings. So again, lined up as a zero technique. I love this. A nose tackle, a true guy that is a double plug, right? You guy can plug 2 gaps, a 2-gapper, I guess you could say. Huge, right? Look at him swim move right past this center, demoralize him, and then get to the quarterback here for a sack. I love a guy who can be a good 2-gapper, but if you can get to the quarterback on top of that, yeah, I'm definitely going to bring you in, and the Commanders are getting a nice little deal here. He really becomes efficient in that red area. Whenever you get down to the red zone, this is when you want to put him in the game because he can really stuff a run. I mean, right here, great job disengaging from a block as Chris Rodriguez tries to hit that A-gap, right? Gets right into the way and then drives him back a little bit, right? With the help of his teammates. But when you look at this Commanders team right now, obviously you have Deron Payne. They bring in Javon Kinlaw, an interior pass rusher, which I like. He's got versatility where he can play a little bit of a 4-eye tech or 3-tech, 2-tech a little bit, right? But now you add a zero technique, a guy that's going to line up over the center, and now you can add maybe a couple of different formations and a little bit different fronts to your pass rush, which maybe you can add a jam, right, where you line up against everybody and show pressure, and then you have Jerzon Newton, who can only learn from a guy like Eddie Goldman, who's been doing it so consistently throughout his career. Now, obviously, he had a rough year last year. I mean, I wouldn't even say rough, he's getting up there in age. He's not going to be totally productive every single season, but in this man's prime, he was dominant both sides, pass rushing and stopping the run as well. Now, overall, guys, I do really like this signing for the Commanders. 1-year deal, right? Low risk, potential high reward opportunity. I think the Commanders are doing an incredible job, not only getting Laramie Tunsil, also trading for Deebo Samuel, signing Javon Kinlaw. I know a lot of people are against that. I like Javon Kinlaw a lot for this team. You bring in Will Harris, and now you sign a nice veteran interior defensive lineman with Eddie Goldman. I like it a lot. And here we go again. The Washington Commanders are adding another former New England Patriot, but this time Diatric Wise, a defensive end, a pass rusher, a guy who had 5 sacks according to PFF. This guy is going to be someone to come in right away and add depth along this defensive line with Dante Fowler and Jalen Holmes, Cleveland Farrell, all expected to leave during free agency. Wise might even be a day 1 starter. Look at this play as he moves Tyron Smith. Now, not a lot of people are able to move Tyron Smith, but Wise on this play pushes him back about 3 yards, sacks Aaron Rodgers, and in this video, what I wanted to do was break down everything I know about Diatric Wise, who he is, what he adds, and why I think this might actually be a big-time pickup. I mean, if you ever sign someone that is projected to be a starter for you, yeah, I mean, You can just look at his grades alone. This guy is honestly pretty good. So we're going to break down everything you need to know in this video. Now guys, really quickly, do me a big time favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the family. It is free, doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Commanders all year long. And tomorrow, we're going to be dropping an even better, more film analysis video of the Commanders and more of their additions. So make sure you guys hit that sub button real quick and let's dive back in. Last season, the Commanders ranked number 8 in the NFL when it came to QB sack percentage. Wise is someone that I really like. Look at him go through initially a double team here. He's going to pass off that guard. Now he's going to get a one-on-one opportunity. Trent Williams, one of the best tackles in football, right? Brock Purdy's got to get this football out. Let's just be honest here. But tries to escape. Wise has that endless type of motor that any team would like, right? He never gives up on any play until that whistle is blown. And you could see it on this play. The dude never gives up. Eventually gets a sack here on Brock Purdy. Does an unbelievable job. I like the motor on him. And again, I feel like when you're at this point of free agency, a lot of the starters are off the board right here. But Wise is one of those guys that kind of slipped through the cracks. And now you look at this Commanders team and you look at Dorrance Armstrong, Javon Kinlaw, Deron Payne, now Wise, Eddie Goldman, Jerzon Newton. They're really adding up front and a lot of guys that are going to play multiple different roles. Now, last season, Wise ranked about 88th among 211 edge rushers when it came to pass rush grade. We have to keep in mind, though, the Patriots were really, really bad. As well as there are a lot of starting edges in football. So if you think about it, there's 2 edges on every team, essentially, that play 4-3 defenses. And also, basically, with that being said, that means there's 64 starters, and Wise is ranked just outside of those guys. He had a 63.6 pass rush grade according to PFF, which is actually pretty good when you think about it. Definitely don't mind that at all. If you go back to 2023, wasn't as good, but 2022, 2 years ago, when the Patriots had a really good defense, he actually ranked as the 24th best edge in football. Yeah, 24th best edge in football. This guy has flash potential. If he can find a way to be a little bit more consistent in the run game, this could be a 3-down, 4-down type of player for any team. So I like this Commanders pickup. As long as they need an edge, need a defensive end, Wise is someone that can, slide out to 5-tech, maybe play a little bit of 4-tech, 4-eye. So I like the versatility. I like what the Commanders are doing. Again, if you want the part 2 where we break down a bunch of the signings from the entirety of this offseason, all you got to do is hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's update. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Peace. The Washington Commanders are making yet again another move here in free agency. Earlier today, we've seen them bring in guys like Eddie Goldman. Obviously, yesterday trading for Laramie Tunsil, bringing in Deebo Samuel, Javon Kinlaw, Will Harris. And today, just a few minutes ago, they lost Benjamin St-Juste to the Los Angeles Chargers. But also, a minute later, they signed a really dynamic corner in Jonathan Jones, one of the fastest corners in the game. And this is a guy who is absolutely fearless. He's going to go down and make any tackle. Really good in the run game. And honestly, last season, not this season, but the season 2023, he was ranked as a top 25 corner in the game. 35th in coverage among 229 cornerbacks. Right? So this is a guy that's going to be a day 1 starter, most likely, or at least adds depth to the position like crazy. Now you have Mike Sainristil, Marshawn Lattimore, and Jonathan Jones. Looks like Noah Igbinoghene could be out the door as well. And what I wanted to do in this video was break down exactly who Jonathan Jones is, what he adds, and why I think this is going to be a big time pickup for the Commanders. Before we dive in, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and let's dive into some film. Now, as a 5'10" corner, about 31 years old, I love his ability to be fearless in the run game specifically. Right here, it looks like we get 22 personnel here from the Miami Dolphins. They're going to stretch it out to this left side. Look at Jonathan Jones as he's being blocked, contains the edge, disengages and then goes and makes a stop, right? Great job here by Jonathan Jones, initially setting the edge, keeping his eye on the running back, making sure he knows where he is at all times, and once he sees him kind of break to the inside, he immediately block sheds and has to run back around. I feel like he's such a great corner to have, especially close to the line of scrimmage, so if you wanted him to put him in the nickel, you could, but I think Mike Sainristil, even though he played a lot of outside boundary corner this year, I think you could easily move him to the slot and have Jonathan Jones and Marshawn Lattimore on the outside, and I think that'd be amazing. I also really respect him in coverage as well. Can make tackles in the open field. This is against DK Metcalf, by the way. Again, fearless, and that's why I like him the most. I feel like Dan Campbell's defenses always rely on guys who just really want to win games, and I feel like Jonathan Jones is just one of those guys. And last year, the Commanders ranked 31st in the NFL when it came to stopping the run in yards allowed per carry. Jonathan Jones is a guy that not necessarily is going to help that specifically, but a guy that can definitely help stop the run and is not afraid to make big-time tackles. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about Jonathan Jones. Again, if you go back 2 years ago, he was one of the best corners in the NFL when you look at, starting caliber DBs. Top 28. 35th in terms of coverage in 2023. 2024, a little bit more of a down year because the Patriots were just, again, really bad. Obviously, the breakout of Gonzo hurt him a little bit too, but overall, let me know what you guys think, man. Jonathan Jones, a big-time pickup here for the Commanders. I like it at least, and I think they're getting better as time goes on, and this team's going to be dangerous next season. So hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.